Hello everyone, welcome to what will probably be the first video on my channel. Thank you for stopping by, I really appreciate it. This is going to be a reading vlog of me participating in the spooky Smart B+tch Readathon by Jordan Reads. This is my first readathon ever, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm probably gonna fail this somehow. I'm a really slow reader, so I've tried to fit as many prompts into one book as possible. Now I have 3 books to read. I have 2 novels and 1 manga. I know that Jordan says that you're supposed to read novels, but I really struggle to find a novel that I'm afraid to read. But I do have a mangaka that I own a lot of mangas from, but I've just been too scared to read anything from, basically. So I cheated a little bit and I decided to take a manga into the mix as well, but that's fine, I guess. The first book I have is stolen straight from Jordan's recommendation video, and that is Camp Damascus, I don't know, by Chuck Tingle. This fits the prompt LGBTQ+ author and neurodivergent main character. That's a hard word for me, apparently. This seems super interesting. I love this cover. It is absolutely beautiful. The cover itself also gives me autumn vibes. I don't know if the book is autumny at all, but the cover gives me autumn vibes. But this is not part of the Halloween vibes prompt. I have another book for that. But this one I had to go straight to the store and buy it after Jordan recommended it in her recommendation video for this readathon. I saw this earlier this year, or this cover, and I was super excited for it to come out. I'm not sure when it came out, but I'm very happy to own it, at least. It is about a gay conversion camp. Nestled high up in the mountains is Camp Damascus, the self-proclaimed most effective gay conversion camp in the country. Here, a life free from sin awaits. But the secrets behind that success is anything but holy. Sounds interesting. Gay conversion camp, horror, I'm in. Now the next book on my list is Benny Rose, the Cannibal King by Hailey Piper. I'm gonna try to listen to this on audio, and I'm super excited for it. It's my first Hailey Piper book, but I've heard, well, that her books are crazy, and I'm all for crazy, so I'm super excited about that. It's the, I don't remember which number it is, but it's a part of a series, and as I said, I haven't read any of her books, but I'm pretty sure they are standalones, so I'm just gonna jump in and hope for the best, I guess. Obviously this is for the cannibal prompt. From what I could understand, the author is also LGBTQ+, so it could have fitted with that prompt as well. But I have it with the cannibal prompt and the Halloween vibes prompt. It seems like this story takes place on Halloween night. It's basically about this urban legend that turns out to be not so urban legendy at all. It seems to be like a fun slasher kind of book, so I'm super excited for that. Now the last book I have is the prompt Most Afraid to Read and BIPOC author, and that is Day of the Flying Heads by Shintaro Kago. I don't know how much YouTube will appreciate this cover, but I'm gonna show it. Now Shintaro Kago is an artist that I became obsessed with lately for the last few months, and I've bought a lot of his copies. Anything that is available in print today, I've tried to locate and buy, but I've honestly been too afraid to read any of it. So I decided to go with this one, which seems like one of the craziest ones, just to like force myself to get into his books and not just look at his art. So I'm super excited about this. This is a manga story without dialogue, which is interesting. So it has no words in it. On the back it says, Flying Head is a monster from legend of Southeast Asia, like Thailand and Indonesia, for instance. I have drawn comics and illustration with this subject many times. Through these 4 comics, I tried to tell Flying Head stories in a science fiction key. So I'm super excited about this. Now Shintaro Kago is a artist who creates art in like the Eriguru movement, which is erotic grotesque. So he combines erotica with super grotesque art, as you can see from the cover. So I'm excited about this. I'm gonna first read Camp Damascus and listen to Benny Rose the Cannibal King on audio, and then if I have time I will try to read Day of the Flying Hat. Anyways, so I'm gonna start with Benny Rose the Cannibal King like right now because I'm going on a walk and I'm gonna be putting this audiobook on. It is super autumny out right now, it's raining, it's cold, so I'm super excited for this Halloween story. So I'm gonna go take a walk and then I'm gonna get some groceries and I'm gonna start listening to Benny Rose the Cannibal King on my walk, so I will keep you updated and tell you how that goes. So, turns out, not surprisingly, that I'm not like a natural talent at vlogging. I went for a walk yesterday and got to start with Benny Rose the Cannibal King, and I kind of forgot to update. But I'm really enjoying Benny Rose so far. I'm about a third way through, I think, and things are starting to pick up. It seems like a very typical slasher story, but I'm really liking the characters. Some of them are, you know, the hateable teenage characters, while some of them I feel like I'm really connecting with. So far I'm really enjoying this story. I'm going home later tonight because I am working tomorrow, so I will try to get to start with Camp Damascus on the train today, and I will try to keep you all updated. So, it's the next day, again. I basically fell asleep as soon as I got home yesterday, but I did get to start with Camp Damascus on the train yesterday. I didn't get very far, I'm about 40 pages in and stuff are beginning to happening and I'm enjoying it. I'm really liking the main character so far, but I'm not really far enough into the book to know if this is my shit yet or not. But it does seem to be, and I'm very much interested in what's going to happen. As I said, I'm really enjoying the main character. I love the insect part. I love insect horror. I love nature horror, like anything plants, anything insects, animals, anything like that. Yes, I'm here for it. So that's amazing. I also love queer horror, obviously. How can you not? And this seems to be all of that perfectly put into one amazing book. I hope, at least. This far, at least, is very much a summary book. I'm very much a mood reader. It's been hotter for a couple of days now, so it's kind of fitting the mood, I guess, but I'm very ready for fall and autumn, so I wouldn't necessarily have picked this up now. But I'm glad I did, because I'm really much enjoying it so far. But I will continue with it and I will keep you guys updated. I'm also about like 2/3 of the way through Benny Rose now, and I'm liking it. It's okay. It has a very typical slasher plot. Slashers aren't usually my thing. I have like a problem where I lose interest very quickly, and slashers are, it's just so much of the same, so much of the time. Hailey Piper is doing a great work with creating like this new legend. I'm really enjoying the legend of Benny Rose. It feels real, it feels authentic, it doesn't feel made up, and I'm really enjoying it. Now I feel like I haven't really talked too much about it, but Benny Rose the Cannibal King is basically about a group of teenagers trying to scare the new girl on Halloween night with the legend of Benny Rose, when would have guessed, Benny Rose actually shows up and starts murdering the shit out of these teenagers. So now we have like the likable characters left, which is kind of sad. In my opinion, at least, they are the likable characters, and I'm interested in seeing where Hailey Piper is taking this. Hopefully I'll get to finish it today or tomorrow, and I will give you more of a complete review of the book then. Chuck Tingle, you motherfucker. This book is fucking amazing. It's like midnight right now and I have work super early tomorrow, but I just can't stop reading this fucking book. I'm about like 80 pages in now, which is still not a lot, but holy shit, this book, oh my god, it's blowing my mind. I am absolutely loving it. Basically, this book is about this girl named Rose Darling, who is a part of this cult, basically, this sect called Kingdom of the Pine, which is like a super religious, God-fearing sect where you can probably guess everything is basically taboo, nothing is okay. She hasn't read or seen Superman because Jesus is the only superhero she needs, right? Well, Rose starts to get kind of interesting in her friend Martina, which of course is like, no, no, don't do that. And at the same time that Rose starts getting interested in this girl, she starts seeing this strange, super pale woman with long dark hair and extremely long snaky fingers with this red vest with a name tag on it. And she's like the only one who apparently sees her. Whenever she asks, no one else can see her, it's only her. Well, this woman is apparently named Patchid. I guess I don't know how to pronounce the name. Because Rose is such a curious person, she does her fucking research and she reads in some like occult text that is like a no good text in the community that she's some kind of a demon. Well, something really important just happened. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to spoil this book, but on the way home from there, she sees someone else on the road. And it's not Paget, it's someone else. I am super excited to see where this book is going. This is so far like still I'm like a third of the way through only, but so far this is like one of my favorite books this year. I am eating it up. So I'm gonna read just a tiny bit more because I have to. If not, I'm gonna go crazy, and then I'm gonna have to go to bed because if not, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. There's like 3 days left of this readathon, and as I told you, I'm a super slow reader. I get so easily distracted, but I will try to get through this. I might cheat and extend the readathon by a day, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get through this in time. Who knows? Now I'm just gonna read a little bit more and then go to fucking bed and hope I don't die at work tomorrow. Hello everyone. So it is currently the last day of the readathon. I didn't vlog anything yesterday because I worked all day. I had to work overtime for a couple of hours, so I was just very tired when I got home. But I did get to read a little bit, and I have like 50 pages left of Camp Damascus. So I'm gonna try and put on the audiobook while I try and tidy up the apartment a little bit and see if I can't finish that this morning. And then I'm gonna read Day of the Flying Heads after that,
which I am very scared for. I've been putting it off, obviously, but now it's the last day, so I'm gonna have to fucking do it. I am absolutely loving this book. Chuck Tingle, please publish more of these serious horror novels. You are a fucking genius. You are so good at what you do. I want to read more of you so fucking much. And I don't mind that the rest of what you've read is like creature porn or like monster porn or object porn. I don't know, but I'm gonna read that anyways. But please write more horror. I did see that there's a book coming out next year called Bury Your Gaze, The Gaze, something like that. And I'm here for it. Please just publish more. I need more in my life. I'm not gonna say anything yet because I still have the ending left and I want to see how the ending holds up. But so far, this is my favorite book this year. So far. Now to update you all on Benny Rose, the Cannibal King. I did finish listening to that yesterday. Gotta say, not the biggest fan. I gave it like a 3.5. The ending really took it up for me. I really dig the ending. It was a genius ending. I absolutely loved it. I don't know what it was, but it just didn't really get sucked into it. It didn't really interest me that much, which sucks so bad because I wanted to be interested. It was kind of tame compared to other slashers that I've read. However, Hailey Piper did a great work with creating this legend, this Benny Rose legend. It was very well done and I did quite enjoy the legend itself, but most of the time I just found myself wanting to listen to something else, you know, and that kind of sucks. I did not hate the book. I did not have fun while reading it, but it's definitely not my favorite book. As I said, a 3.5, it probably would have been a 3 or a 2.5 if not for the ending, but the ending really held up, so that really knocked up the grade a teeny tiny bit. As I said, not a bad book, but just wasn't really for me, I think. Now, I did like Hailey Piper's writing style, and obviously I liked her view of things. It was a very feminist slasher book, which I adored that. So I absolutely want to read more from Hailey Piper. I already bought Queen of Teeth, I think it's called, the Teeth Vagina book. So probably as soon as that comes in a mail, I'm gonna pick it up, hopefully, because I'm very excited to see what the fuck that's about. And I think something like that would be more up my alley. I'm not that big of a slasher fan, but I am very much a fan of vaginas with teeth. Anyways, so I'm gonna try and do some tidying up here in the apartment. It's a fucking mess here, which is why I'm recording it at this blank wall. And then I'm gonna at the same time try and listen to the last of the audio. I think it's only like 40 minutes left of the audio or something like that. So I will hopefully be able to do that. And then after that I'm gonna read Day of the Flying Head by Shintaro Kago, which I am super scared to do, and I'm probably gonna film my whole reaction because I'm gonna read that quite quickly. But yeah, I will finish Camp Damascus and then I will come back with a grade on that one as well. So, I just finished Camp Damascus. Easily my favorite book so far this year. One of my favorite book of all times, I feel like right now. Gonna have to give that a couple of days to sink in, but easily the best book so far this year at least. Holy shit, it was amazing. Oh my god, I loved everything about this book. It was so fucking well done. I don't really have a lot more to say about it because I already kind of gave you my thoughts in the last clip. But as I said then, I just wanted to read the ending before I officially gave it the rating that I wanted to give. But the ending definitely held up. I thought it was amazing. Easily 5 out of 5 stars for this one. Chuck Tingle, you know your shit. Please, please, please do more. I'm so excited for Bury Your Gaze, Bury the Gaze, something like that, coming out next year. I am so excited. Also, I'm gonna have to read some of his monster porn. I don't care. That is also happening. But yeah, as I said, I don't really have a lot of more thoughts to say about this. I did get to listen to the audio for a little bit as well, and I did really like the narration. So if you're into audiobooks, then from like the couple of hours that I heard from it, they were very good. So check that out as well. If you haven't checked this book out, please do it. If you haven't read this, pick it up, read it. You're not gonna be disappointed. I hope at least. I was not. But this was fucking amazing. So thank you very much, Chuck Tingle. You did a great job with this one. So now I'm going to read Day of the Flying Heads by Shintaro Kago. This is the prompt for BIPOC author and also a book I'm afraid to read, which, fuck me, I'm very afraid to scared to read this. It seems very fucked up. Shintaro Kago writes mostly fucked up shit. I think I'm just gonna sit here and record myself reading it, and then I'm gonna come back in the end, after finishing it, and give you my thoughts on it. So yeah, enjoy watching me read it, I guess. Okay, so I'm back already. I just read the first story. Apparently this is like a short story collection. There are 4 stories here that are like separate stories with the same theme, I guess, which are these flying heads. The first story starts with like a alien spaceship coming down and releasing a bunch of toxic waste in the nature. There are a lot of liquids spilling into the water, and we see a lizard creature thing walk up to the water, drink it, and basically his head explodes. Now, of course, this also is the drinking water for the town that we're in, and once a group of workers in a factory eats their lunch made with this water, their heads just pops off their body together with their intestines. Like, all of their intestines are hanging from their neck, but it's only their head and their intestines, and they start flying around, and shit goes wild from there. I didn't really understand everything. I guess suddenly there was like a tribe and they were fucking shit up. I don't know. Reading a book without dialogue is kind of hard, but I think Shintaro Kago did a great job with getting across what he wanted. Mostly I got what was happening. Also, the art style in this, amazing. Of course, Shintaro Kago, he knows his shit. He knows what he's doing. So that was very, very cool. It wasn't as fucked up as I was expecting. It was definitely some gory imagery. But the story itself wasn't that fucked up. So I'm interested to see where the rest of this book is going. So yeah, I'm gonna read a little bit more from this now, and then I'm going to come back and give you some more of my thoughts. Okay, so I read 2 more of the stories. I'm not gonna talk a lot about the second one. It was okay, but the third one, holy shit, that one was fucked up. It is basically about this war going on where one of the sides conquer the other side and force injects them with these injections that makes their head pop off, again with their intestines and everything. And then they basically string them together with their intestines, so they make like a chain with them from just heads and intestines, and they basically become slaves and forced to work for these people. Now, all of these stories seem to have like a revenge or karma type of storyline. So in the end, the bad guys, no. So in the end, the bad guys gets what they deserve, basically, is what it seems like. These 2 stories also have much more of a science fiction focus, more so than the first one. As Shintaro Kago said on the back of the book, he wanted to mix this Southeast Asian folklore with science fiction, and I think he's doing a great job with that. The non-dialogue part, it is interesting. I'm not saying I don't like it, but it makes it a little bit harder for me to understand what is happening. But I think it's an interesting choice, and I think he really gets across what he wants, even though there are no dialogue. So I'm gonna read the last one as well, and then I'm gonna come back with you and share you my thoughts overall of this book. So I will see you then. Okay, so the last story has been read. That wasn't my favorite. My favorite is definitely the third story. I'm not going to go too much in detail about the last story either. I don't want to spoil this book too much, because I think that if you like fucked up manga, and if you like horror manga and body horror and gory shit, then you should definitely pick this up. Shintaro Kago, he is one of the best. He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. Super excited to read more from him. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4-star rating because I thought it was pretty well done. I really liked it. The last story didn't really hook me, but it was still a good story, and the artwork, obviously, fucking amazing. So yeah, if you're interested in this type of shit, then you should definitely check out Day of the Flying Heads. I don't know if it was a good start with Shintaro Kago manga. Probably should have started somewhere else, but I'm very much excited to read more of his work now, and I'm definitely gonna be very less hesitant to pick up more of his work because this was less fucked up and more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. And it was just overall a good book with good art and interesting stories. So to round up, I read Benny Rose The Cannibal King, gave that 3.5 stars, wasn't really my shit, and then I read Camp Damascus, mind-blowing, absolutely loved it, 5 out of 5 stars easily, and then lastly now Day of the Flying Head, which was also very good. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any kind of feedback, please leave them in the comments. I'm here for them. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what your thoughts are, what I can do differently, what I did good, anything like that. Please give them to me. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you stay to watch more of my videos. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.